The Polaroid collector. The first photo appeared on a Monday morning. I almost stepped on it. A white square on my doormat, face down, the distinctive border of a Polaroid photograph. I picked it up, curious, and turned it over. It was me, asleep in my bed, taken from the doorway of my bedroom, looking in. My first thought was that it was a prank. My roommate Alex had moved out 2 weeks ago, and I'd been living alone since. Maybe this was his idea of a joke. But Alex had returned his keys, and the photo was too clear, too deliberate. The angle was wrong for a phone propped up somewhere. This was taken by someone standing in my bedroom doorway while I slept. I checked every lock in my apartment. All secure. No signs of forced entry. No windows left open. I looked at the photo again. My bedroom looked exactly as it had last night. Same clothes draped over the chair. Same glass of water on the nightstand. Same position I vaguely remembered falling asleep in. I called the police. They sent an officer who took a report and told me to install better locks. Probably an ex-girlfriend, he said, not even trying to hide his boredom. Or some creep with a key from the previous tenant. Change your locks. Get a security camera. Call us if it happens again. I changed the locks that afternoon, installed a chain, bought a doorbell camera and a motion sensor camera for inside the apartment. Checked every window lock twice. That night I barely slept. Every sound made me jump. Every creak of the building settling sounded like footsteps. I kept my phone next to my pillow, finger on the emergency call button. Tuesday morning, there was another photo on my doormat. Me, asleep. Same angle. Taken last night. But this time, I checked the security footage immediately. The doorbell camera showed nothing. No one approached my door. The interior camera I'd set up in the living room showed nothing either. Just empty rooms and darkness. I looked at the Polaroid again. In the background, barely visible on my dresser, I could see the lens of my new security camera. Its little red recording light glowing. Whoever took this photo did it while being recorded. I scrubbed through the footage frame by frame. Nothing. At 3:47 a.m., there was a slight glitch, maybe a full second of static, then the feed continued normally. That was it. The photo was impossible, but it existed. I was holding it. Wednesday morning, another photo. Thursday, another. Friday, another. Always the same. Me sleeping. Taken from my bedroom doorway. Always around 3:47 a.m., based on the timestamps from my glitching camera. I stopped sleeping in my bedroom, started sleeping on the couch with all the lights on and a knife under the cushions. Didn't matter. Saturday's photo showed me on the couch, knife visible beneath my hand. Sunday morning, there was a note with the photo. Plain white paper, typed in courier font. Never destroy the pictures. Do not show them to anyone. Burn the ones where your eyes are open. Never keep them inside your home. When you see yourself letting someone in, it's already too late. I read it 3 times. My hands were shaking so badly the paper rattled. I looked at the photo from that morning. My eyes were closed. I was asleep on the couch, mouth slightly open, one arm hanging off the edge. I gathered all the photos from the past week, 7 Polaroids, 7 nights. Spread them on my kitchen counter. In all of them, my eyes were closed. Burn the ones where your eyes are open. Why would my eyes be open? If I was asleep, they'd be closed. Unless I wasn't asleep in some of them. I stared at the photos, looking for any sign I was awake. But they all looked the same. Me, unconscious, vulnerable. Never keep them inside your home. I grabbed a shoebox from my closet, put all the photos inside along with the note, and took them down to my car, locked them in the trunk. It felt insane, following rules from whoever was terrorizing me, but the alternative, ignoring them, felt worse. That night, I didn't sleep at all. Sat in my living room with every light on, watching the door. At 3:47 a.m., my doorbell camera glitched. 1 second of static, then normal feed. I ran to the door, threw it open. Nothing. No one in the hallway. No sound of footsteps. But in the morning, there would be another photo. I was right. Monday morning, another Polaroid. Me sitting in my living room chair, eyes closed, head tilted back. The timestamp would be 3:47 a.m. But I hadn't been asleep. I'd been watching the door. My heart stopped. I looked closer at the photo. My eyes were definitely closed. But I'd been awake. I was certain. I'd been staring at the door when the camera glitched. So why did I look asleep? I went to my trunk, got the shoebox, looked through all the photos again. Really looked this time. In Wednesday's photo, my hand was in a slightly different position than I remembered. In Friday's photo, I was wearing a shirt I didn't own. In Sunday's photo, there was a glass of water on the coffee table. I never drink water before bed. It makes me wake up to use the bathroom. These photos weren't just of me sleeping. They were of something else. Tuesday's photo showed me on the couch again, eyes closed. But this time there was something in the background, something I'd missed before. In the hallway behind the couch, barely visible in the darkness, there was a shape, tall, human-sized, standing motionless. I dropped the photo, picked it up with shaking hands, looked again. Yes, definitely a figure, watching me from the hallway while I slept, or while something that looked like me slept. Never destroy the pictures. I wanted to burn them all, tear them to pieces, pretend this wasn't happening. But the rules said never destroy them, and some instinct told me that following the rules was the only thing keeping me alive. Do not show them to anyone. I'd almost shown them to the police. Almost brought them to my sister when I'd met her for coffee. Something always stopped me. A feeling, a certainty that showing them would make everything worse. Burn the ones where your eyes are open. I checked every photo again. All had my eyes closed, every single one. But the note implied there would be photos where my eyes were open. Eventually, Wednesday's photo showed me in bed. My bed, despite the fact that I'd been sleeping in my car for the past 2 nights, too afraid to stay in the apartment. I stared at the photo. I hadn't been in my bed, hadn't even been in the apartment. I'd been parked 3 blocks away in a grocery store parking lot. But the photo showed me there, in my bedroom, in my bed, eyes closed. The figure in the hallway was clearer now, closer to the camera. I could almost make out features. Almost. Thursday. I stayed with my sister. Didn't tell her why. Made up an excuse about my apartment building doing fumigation. Friday morning, I went back to my apartment to grab clothes. There was a photo on my doormat, me, in my sister's guest room, in the bed where I'd slept. Eyes closed. Someone had been in her house. I called her immediately. Check all your locks. Check Emma's room. Is everything okay? What? Yeah, everything's fine. Why? Just check. Please. She humored me. Checked the whole house. Nothing missing. No signs of anyone breaking in. Emma, her 6-year-old daughter, was fine, watching cartoons in her pajamas. You're freaking me out, my sister said. What's going on? Do not show them to anyone. Nothing. Just paranoid. Sorry. I looked at the photo from her house. The figure was visible again, standing in the doorway of the guest room. But clearer now. I could see it was wearing clothes, dark clothes, a hood maybe. And I could see its hand, resting on the door frame. Long fingers. Too long. Saturday's photo was different. I was standing in my apartment, facing the camera. Eyes closed, but standing upright, arms at my sides, like a mannequin. The figure stood next to me, close enough to touch, still too dark to see clearly, but definitely there. Definitely real. I burned that photo. Didn't even think about it. Just held a lighter to the corner and watched it curl and blacken. The rules said to burn ones where my eyes were open, but something about that photo was wrong. Dangerous. The ashes fell into my sink. I washed them down the drain. Sunday. No photo appeared. I waited all morning. Checked the doormat a dozen times. Nothing. Relief flooded through me. Maybe burning the photo had worked. Maybe I'd ended whatever this was. Monday morning. 2 photos. The first showed me in my apartment, sitting on the floor, back against the wall. Eyes open. Wide open. Staring directly at the camera. I grabbed a lighter immediately. Burned it. The second photo showed my sister's house, the living room. Emma playing with dolls on the floor. And standing behind her, perfectly clear now, was the figure. No hood, no darkness, just a person. Wearing my face. I drove to my sister's house going 20 over the limit. Called her cell. No answer. Called the house phone. No answer. I was still 10 minutes away when my phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. An image file. I shouldn't have opened it while driving. Should have waited. But I couldn't stop myself. It was a Polaroid, freshly taken based on the lighting. Emma sitting on her living room floor, the thing with my face kneeling next to her. Emma was smiling, showing it one of her dolls. My phone rang. Unknown number. I answered. Stop. A voice. My voice. Exactly my voice. Turn around. What did you do to her? Nothing yet. She thinks I'm you. She's happy to see your aunt. Get away from her. I will. When you come home. That's not my home. Your apartment. Come home. We need to talk. Let me talk to my sister first. She's not here. She went to the store. Left Emma with me. With you. She trusts you. My hands were shaking so hard I nearly dropped the phone. I pulled over. What do you want? Come home. Alone. Don't call anyone. Don't tell anyone. If you do, Emma's last photo will be very different from the others. The line went dead. I sat in my car trying to think I could call the police. But it would take time to explain, time to convince them, time they might not believe me. And that thing was with Emma right now. I turned around, headed back to my apartment. The door was unlocked when I arrived. I pushed it open slowly. Come in, my voice called from inside. I stepped into my apartment. It was dark, curtains drawn, the only light coming from the hallway. I saw myself standing in the living room. Same height, same build, same face. But something was wrong with the eyes. They didn't blink enough, didn't move quite right. Sit down, it said. Where's Emma? Safe. At home. I left right after you turned around. Your sister came back. Everything's fine. What are you? It smiled. My smile. I'm you. Or I will be. That's how this works. I don't understand. The photos. You've been looking at them wrong. They're not pictures of you sleeping. They're pictures of me learning. Learning how you sleep, how you move, how you exist. I felt sick. Why? Because I need to replace you. And I'm almost ready. Just a few more nights. A few more observations. The rules. were for your protection. Never destroy the pictures, because each one shows you how much progress I've made. Do not show them to anyone, because they'd see two of you exist. Burn the ones where your eyes are open, because those are the ones where I'm actively watching you while awake, which means I'm getting too strong, too present. Never keep them inside your home, because I need to develop them somewhere, and your home is where I practice being you. The last rule. When I see myself letting someone in, it means I've learned enough. It means I'm ready to take your place permanently. And you let me in 30 seconds ago when you walked through that door. I stood up, back toward the door. It didn't move, just watched me with those wrong eyes. You can run. You can tell people. They won't believe you, or they'll think you're crazy. Either way, you'll end up somewhere I can still find you. The photos will keep coming. I'll keep learning, keep practicing, and eventually you'll slip. You'll fall asleep. And when you wake up, you'll be me, and I'll be you. Why are you telling me this? Because the game is more fun when you know you're losing. And because it tilted its head, my head. The gesture looked alien. The last photos I need are the ones where you're afraid, where you know what's coming. Those are the hardest to replicate. Fear. Real, genuine fear. My phone buzzed. Another message. Another photo. Me, standing in my apartment doorway, looking at my phone. Eyes wide, mouth open. Terrified. Taken 5 seconds ago. I looked up. The thing wearing my face was holding a Polaroid camera. It had just photographed me. Perfect, it said, shaking the photo to develop it. Just perfect. One more night, maybe 2, then I won't need you anymore. What happens then? It smiled wider, too wide. Then I become you, and you become the photos. Every night, forever, I'll take a picture of you. You'll be asleep but aware. Trapped in that moment between consciousness and nothing. And I'll keep those photos safe. All of them. Because destroying them would destroy you. And I might need you again someday. Need to remember what being human feels like. I ran out of my apartment, down the stairs to my car, drove to the police station. But when I tried to tell them, tried to explain, the words wouldn't come. My mouth moved, but wrong sounds came out. Garbled. Nonsense. The desk sergeant looked concerned. Are you okay? Do you need medical attention? I nodded. They called an ambulance. At the hospital, I tried to write it down. But my hand wouldn't cooperate. Wrote random letters. Drew loops and circles. A doctor mentioned a possible stroke. Kept me overnight for observation. In the morning, there was a Polaroid on my hospital bed tray. Me, sleeping in the hospital bed. Eyes closed. The figure stood next to me. Wearing scrubs now, looking almost human. A nurse came in. Oh, good, you're awake. Your sister was here earlier. She just went to get coffee. She'll be back soon. My sister? My voice worked again. Yes, she's been here all night. Sweet of her to stay. But I knew my sister was with Emma. I texted her last night, or tried to check on them. A woman walked into the room carrying 2 coffee cups. She had my sister's face, my sister's clothes, my sister's smile. You're awake, she hugged me. Her body temperature was wrong, too cool. I'm so glad you're okay, she said. The doctor thinks it was just stress. You've been working too hard. I looked at her, really looked. The eyes were wrong, didn't blink enough. How's Emma? I asked. She's fine. With her dad. She misses you, though. Can't wait for you to come visit. She sat down next to my bed, pulled out her phone, showed me photos. Emma at the park, Emma eating breakfast, Emma sleeping in her bed. All of them were Polaroids, photographed and uploaded to a phone. I took these this morning, not my sister said. She's growing so fast. She looked at me, those wrong eyes studying my face. You look tired. You should rest. I'll stay here, watch over you. I couldn't speak, couldn't move, could only watch as she pulled out a Polaroid camera from her purse. Just one more, she said. For the collection. The flash went off, and I realized I hadn't been letting one of them in. I'd been letting all of them in, one at a time. Everyone I knew, everyone I loved. The photos weren't just of me. My phone buzzed, a message from an unknown number, a photo attached. I opened it. It showed my apartment building, dozens of windows. In each window, a figure stood, all different heights, different builds, but all standing in the exact same position. All holding Polaroid cameras, all pointed outward, at other buildings, other windows, other people sleeping in their beds. The message below the photo read, "Thank you for following the rules. You've been very helpful. When you see yourself letting someone in, it's already too late. Not for you, for everyone you know, for everyone they know. The collection grows, one photo at a time, one person at a time, one perfect replacement at a time. We've been doing this for a very long time, long before Polaroids. We just got better at it. Sweet dreams." The nurse came back in, checked my vitals. Her eyes didn't blink enough either. "Everything looks good," she said. "We'll have you out of here by tomorrow, back to your normal life." She smiled, my smile, everyone's smile. Not my sister patted my hand. "I should go check on Emma. I'll be back tonight." She left. The nurse left. I was alone in the hospital room. On my bed tray next to the Polaroid was a new note. "Never destroy the pictures. Do not show them to anyone. Burn the ones where your eyes are open. Never keep them inside your home. When you see yourself letting someone in, it's already too late." And below that, a new rule. When everyone around you follows the same rules, you're the last one left. I looked at the most recent Polaroid. Me in the hospital bed. Eyes open, staring at the camera. Terrified. I should burn it. But my lighter is gone, and I don't think it would matter anymore anyway. Outside my hospital room, I can hear footsteps, lots of them. All walking in perfect synchronization. All stopping outside my door. The handle is turning. I'm about to see myself let them all in, and I finally understand. The photos were never about capturing me. They were about replacing everyone else. So when I finally became one of them, I'd have no one left to run to. The door opens. I see myself standing there. And myself. And myself. And everyone I've ever known, wearing their faces wrong. One of them holds up a Polaroid camera. "Smile," they all say in unison. The flash goes off. And I do.